Hey everybody, this is Raymond Camden. It's been a hot minute since I posted on my YouTube channel, and I thought, why not share something involving my new job? About a month ago, I started as a AI adoption engineer for Cursor, and what that means, AI adoption engineer, is that I go to customers, I work with their customers, and I just basically help them use Cursor more, use it better, use all the features, etc. Because this may come as a shock to you. Sometimes people download a piece of software and use like one particular feature and have no idea what else they're missing. So I'll be working mostly with customers, but I still wanted to share cool stuff with all of y'all out there. Now, one of the big things that I've been thinking about, and if you follow my blog, you've been seeing me kind of write about, is this idea of agentic development. And it's a huge topic. We could talk for a good hour on that. But at a very high level, it's just about using AI tools as part of your entire software development lifecycle. So way more than just vibe coding. It is being able to use it to do planning, to think about things, to do things while you work on something else, security review, etc. It's not just let me type in a fun prompt and spit out an app, which I've done a couple of times, but something that is with you for the entire time that you develop. So again, this is kind of a huge topic, and what I wanted to do was do a couple of videos that show small bits of this, that show you some of the cool things that you can do as part of your process. So for this first example, this is what I am going to do. So I have Cursor open here. I have a project that my boss has asked me to work on, and this may come as a shock to you. There's a Git repo, there's all the code is there, but there's no documentation. Like I know what the site does, but like I have no idea how it's built. I have no idea what frameworks or anything is being used on. All of that should be documented. We all can agree on that. But I know many times in my career, I've opened up code bases where there's nothing at all telling you how it works. So this is Cursor. This is the agent's window. If you're feeling a little afraid now because it doesn't look like Visual Studio Code or your IDE of choice, don't worry, you can actually open up the IDE as well. Honestly, the agent's window is a lot more cleaner when you're doing more talking and planning and discussing uh, instead of just writing code by hand. You do have access to the code base from within here, so if you need to check a file and just look at it, you can do that. Now, what I want to do is try to handle that situation that I just described where, my boss has said I need to work on this and there's no documentation. So I've opened it up in Cursor. I have an agent waiting for my first prompt. I'm going to paste one in where basically I'm saying, give me an overview of this code base, what the project is, how it's built, what third-party modules, etc. And I'm going to go ahead and run this. Now, while this agent is doing stuff, I could actually fire up another agent and do something else as well. But this is not a huge code base, so this should return relatively quickly. But we could see it's actually spitting stuff out now. And we will go to the top and see that, yes, this is I Watch Watches. It's an RSS aggregator. If you follow my blog, you've already seen this. This is a new site I launched. And it gives me a high-level description. You can see a bulleted list of 5 items, and I actually do know my code base, and this is exactly correct. It's recognizing that it's using Astro 7, that's using Netlify, and not just Netlify, but the Netlify database feature as well. And then it just goes into a great set of details, including how to actually run it. And what's awesome is that I think, if you're a node developer, like you're used to npm install, npm run dev, you can guess that pretty much. But what it recognizes is that this is using a database. So it actually includes the code or the commands to initialize and seed the database including how to populate the database as well as the Algolia index. This is a huge amount of detail, and it's just really, really, really useful. Like right away, I see a lot of value in this, and I hope you do as well. One thing I'll do is like a last little thing, I'll say, you know what? Save this as doc.md. Now, I could copy and paste it as well, but I'm going to go ahead and let the agent actually do this. While it's doing that, we will open this up and let it work, and we're going to see it's going to drop that doc.md file in there, and it's still writing, but let me make this a little bit bigger. But this is all that information. Now I could commit this to the repository. The next developer who comes on board won't have to struggle as much as I did. And hopefully you see the value of using the AI agent here to just talk about the code. Like I said, I'm going to follow this up with more examples, but let me know below in the comments if you have any questions about what I just showed.